Hi everyone, my name's Pieta Valentine. I've written 2 books, The Resident's Voice from a Dementia Unit and The Resident's Rise from a Dementia Unit. Today is on the 3 steps to reduce depression for your relative now resident in a dementia facility. So the 3 steps to help reduce depression are talk it through, move through it, and activities. So if you come in and your mother's depressed, it's important to sit down and talk it through, but not to become so entrenched in it that you get dragged down with it as well. That's the important point. So that's why activity, either in the form of exercises or activities, is very important with depression to sort of move the person out of it. So if your mother's early 80s, it may be that she's not up for going for a walk. She's not sort of really in the mood for it. She's really depressed. She's down, but still you need a focus. You need a focus for her to be able to, direct her energy into so that it gets away from that drag of depression into the focused present, so to speak. So it may well be that your mother enjoys, jigsaw puzzles. So you can ask, oh, Mum, I know you're not feeling so well today. No, I'm not. I'm feeling very down, actually. I'm quite depressed being here. I know I have to be, but, I wish there was another way. And I don't know anyone here, and it's all very confusing. And, and be, oh, yes, Mum, look, we really, empathise with your position, and we know it's difficult and it's hard, and, we all feel for you. But at the same time, we have to try and work together to make the best of it for you. Yes, I know, dear, I am trying, but I just don't know what to do. So you can say, well, actually, that's a good point, what to do. I've been reading a lot about, this, dementia and depression and everything about it. You don't need to exactly say dementia, but memory loss and depression and everything about it. And so what I've done is I've actually organised an activities bag for us to be able to work with while we visit, whether it's me or the kids or your friends. I'm just going to leave it in the bottom of your wardrobe at the back there behind your clothes and the shoes so people don't see it too much, and then we can work on whatever we wish, whether it's the jigsaws or the colour. Oh yes, I do like those jigsaw puzzles, those that you've been bringing in. I find that really lifts my spirits, being able to concentrate and focus on those lovely black horses and things. Yes, I know, Mum, you have always enjoyed racehorses and you've been a bit of a gambler in your day, but never mind, that's over now. So, okay, so you get out the jigsaw puzzle, the big black stallion on the front, and work away. There you have it. Oh, I feel so much better now. Diversion, distraction, but not just diversion, distraction to alleviate the depression, but actually it's the focus and the presence that it gives, especially if the person enjoys it and likes it, all the endorphins and happiness molecules, whatever they're called, bubble up. And once the smile, the smile on the dial, once the smile starts appearing and the old features soften, yes, you can see when the depression's lifted and the animation comes back, and then you know that you're winning the war. And so if you have a variety of these beautiful activities, lots of variety being the spice of life, then you can find, you can sit down with your mother and you can be engaged for a good hour on a jigsaw puzzle, especially if, there's lots and lots of pieces. And the other advantage with that is that others often come around and join in. And that is a very good thing, because in that way, your mother can, she's just told you she's feeling lonely. And if other residents come and say, oh, yes, you would like, they don't actually say they'd like to join in. They just sit down, plonk themselves down and just start to fish around with the pieces and either observe, just look, or maybe try 1 or 2 pieces themselves. And if you can encourage that, what happens is that it's a group engagement on one activity, and communion of conversation will automatically be facilitated as a result. And if you're there, of course, you can facilitate the conversation and say, say morning, afternoon tea's arrived as well. And so you've got a little social activity going on. and you can ask the person that's sitting down, what your name is, and if they're communicative, which hopefully they are, and you don't even have to say their name actually, just chat away, and you can introduce your mother. This is my mother. Oh, well, actually, probably it is good to ask their name. Hopefully they remember it. This is my mother, Marjorie, and then, okay, so this lady's Mary, and, so you introduce them both, and yeah, I mean, it just goes from there. Then you can sort of talk about the jigsaw puzzle and, what the weather's like, or just mundane day-to-day things. Doesn't have to be mundane, but anything of interest, or the activities that are coming up this week, or you've got the activities calendar there that you're going through with your mothers, so you ask, the other person about that. Would they like to join in those as well? You just, find topics of conversation of interest. Anyway, all of this is so your mother's got the jigsaw puzzle and she's focused, and other residents are coming around and joining in, and it just gives a general buzz of activity and a feeling that your mother's not feeling isolated. She actually gets to know these people. It's not like instant friendship, but at least she becomes familiar with them as personalities, as who they are, what they look like, what they're likely to be interested in, whether she's likely to get on with them, is there a click or not, and you can see that too as the daughter, who she's likely to get on with. Like if your mother's a school teacher, chances are she's going to get on with other residents that are school teachers, and you can ask the nurse about that, or the carer, which residents have been former school teachers. If you find that out, that's very valuable information, because then you can start to try and link them both together in some sort of activity. And especially if they're a next door neighbour or nearby, even better. That's something to really be encouraged. So this is the way it happens, to be able to lift the depression. And also, once your mother's starting to get a bit more sort of emotional stamina, so to speak, she's feeling a bit more perky, then you can bring in the topic of, well, mum, now you're feeling a bit better. Yes, I am feeling better now after that jigsaw puzzle and those nice people coming around and having a bit of a chat. I mean, they couldn't all talk, but never mind. I could see from their eyes that they were good people and that they're here just like me, because we don't have a very good memory. Yes, mum, that's exactly right. Excellent. Okay, now that you're feeling a bit perkier and we're doing quite well here, how about a walk? Oh, well, I haven't actually been in the mood for a walk lately, I have to say, but you haven't had the strength for it. But now I'm feeling a bit better, maybe we could do that. So off you go. You get the hat if you need it and the jacket and take her out. She doesn't need a walker. You just link your arm through hers and away you go outside. And of course, once she's outside, yes, everything starts. All the depression starts, dribbling away, so to speak, because sunshine and fresh air always perks up our spirits. Even if we were feeling resistant of going out before the walk, once we're out there, you always enjoy a good walk outside, especially if it's a sunny day. So, of course, then your mother, oh gosh, I'm really enjoying this walk. I didn't think I would, but it's beautiful gardens here. I didn't even know it. You can hardly see it out the window where we are, but look, there's vegetable gardens. I love vegetable gardens. I always used to grow my own vegetables. We can walk around that. And yes, mum, we can. And we've got, the main village over the way. There's a cafe there. We can go and have a cup of coffee. Oh, I'd love to have a cappuccino. That would be great. And then, you've researched it. And, there's a fish pond there. And there's a fernery there. And there's ducks in the, stream nearby, lots of things. Oh yes, I'd love all that sort of thing. So that's it. Once you've got outside and you've got the first good walk going on, that okay, that's another panaceaed process that you can work with your mother when she's depressed. And chances are, when you've got all these lovely things in place, activities, regular walks, getting to know the other residents, and times you'll get to make a friend, hopefully with another school teacher. Out of 30 people, there's always going to be a school teacher or a nurse. I mean, nurses and school teachers get on well too, because they've both worked in institutions and they're into education, health one way, children's education the other, but similar. So, okay, so that's the way, to help the depression of your mother through these steps. So thank you for your likes and your support and your subscriptions, and please pass on to the links to others affected with dementia.